In this video, I want to talk about whether or not grinders are absolutely necessary for raw feeding. Let's get started. Welcome everybody, my name is Scott the Dog Dad from DogDadOfficial.com, and if this is your first time on the channel, please make sure to click that subscribe button as well as the little bell notification icon so that you get notified about future raw feeding videos. And really quickly, in the comments section below, let me know whether or not you use a grinder, what grinder you use, and what stuff you grind in that grinder. So, is a grinder absolutely necessary? No, it is absolutely not. And to prove that point, I've been feeding raw for 8 years and I have never used a grinder. In my personal opinion, there are only 3 situations that you're going to run into that is going to make a grinder necessary. Number 1, you voluntarily choose to use a grinder. In other words, it boils down to personal preference in this case. If you choose to use a grinder because you want to use ground food, then obviously you are going to need to use a grinder unless you're going to get all of your ground food from somewhere else. So if you're going to be doing it at home, if you're going to source your own raw foods and grind them at home, you're going to need a grinder. Number 2, permanent dental problems. Now what I mean by permanent dental problems is for say a case where you have a dog that has come down with, not really come down with, but has developed some type of permanent dental issue. This could be because of losing teeth because something bad happened, or teeth had to be pulled because they were so bad. For one reason or another, those teeth aren't coming back. Or maybe it's an extreme case where the dog has lost part of their jaw, and yes, I have met someone that has a dog like that. For one reason or another, the dog has permanent dental issues that are going to prevent them from chewing whole foods on a regular basis, like chicken quarters and so on. Because of this, if you've chosen to feed raw, you're going to have to provide grinds with the bone in, etc. Now again, you can do that using outside sources, but that can be significantly more expensive. This is another case where a grinder is going to be really handy unless you want to spend a lot of money on pre-made grinds. Number 3, your dog flat out refuses whole bones. Now this is normally something that can be overcome over time, but there are just some dogs out there that absolutely refuse whole bones. If you're wanting to provide a balanced diet with meat, with bones, with liver, with non-liver organs, and so on, somehow you're going to have to get that bone content into their system. And if they refuse to chew whole bones, then a grinder's your answer. Again, you could do pre-made raw that comes with that bone content included, but that's expensive. And I wouldn't blame you for getting a grinder to do it yourself at home. Because even though it will be a little bit more effort, you're going to get the bone content in there and you're not going to spend a fortune on pre-made raw. That may be different if you have a very small dog, but if you have a large dog like say a German Shepherd or something even as massive as a Great Dane, you are going to spend a fortune on pre-made raw. So make that investment the one time with the grinder and get that bone content into that picky dog. Voluntarily choosing to make your own ground food at home using a grinder, permanent dental issues that are going to prevent your dog from chewing whole bones for the rest of their life, or if you have one of those super picky dogs that just absolutely refuses whole bones. These, in my opinion, are the only 3 situations where a grinder is going to be what you could call necessary. Again, if you don't want to spend a fortune on pre-made grinds that have the bone content in there, again, unless you have a very small dog. To learn more about or even get started with raw feeding, make sure to check out my free 7 simple steps to raw feeding and other raw feeding resources in the description box below. But most importantly, remember that you don't have to be perfect to be an amazing dog owner. You just have to do your best every day and try to improve as you go forward. Peace.